Welcome back to Chilling with B and C. I'm B.
I'm C.
Let's chill.
All right, y'all. So I'm about to watch the reaction to Raquel's side of the story of how we met.
But right now what we're doing is we're both telling the story of how we met each other. It's always fun to see how much the story differs. So pretty much I was going into my freshman year of high school. We both were. And I was a tomboy, so I used to play with all the boys and everything. And one night, a big group of us, we all lived in the same neighborhood, were playing tag. And I was, this boy kept saying like, "Oh, you can't catch me, you can't catch me." So I've always been bigger, but I'm also very athletic. So I was like, I can definitely catch you. So running. And I catch him, but I catch him like on his shoulders. When I catch him, I pull him down and I kicked him in the lip. So I busted his lip open. So of course he's pissed. He's livid. So I guess, like he just goes home. So I just keep playing with my friends, and then I get a call from my mom. My mom was like, "Raquel, get home." Oh my God. Okay. So, I go ahead and I go home, and whenever I go home, he's standing there with Christina. That's his big sister. And at first, my mom said that she was ready to fight. But when I got there, she like kind of took a step back. And she was like, but don't get me wrong, she's still acting tough. She said, "Did you kick my brother in the face?" And I told her what happened, whatever. Of course I was being, rude about it or whatever. And so then on, that was just what happened then. My mom had took me to the bus stop, and I remember it had to be in the first week of school. I seen her at the bus stop. Motherfucker, gotta bleep that. We start school in August, so it's hot outside. She came to the bus stop with boots with fur on, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, this girl, she's something else. So I was like, I do not want to talk to her. And then one day on the bus, like we just ended up talking, and then we actually, like, once we got past that part, like we realized we had similar upbringings, and like obviously we lived in the same neighborhood, so it was easy just for us to hang out all the time and talk all the time. And since then we've just been through a lot and have been best friends ever since.
Okay, hold up.
No, you don't get to say anything, because I have to have a true reaction to your video.
Okay, all right. So we'll talk about this in a minute. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Chilling with B and C. Obviously, I'm C. I'm Christina. So, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? So, I'm going to tell you the story, my side of the story anyway, on how me and B met. So, it's actually a really funny story. And you'll see here soon that we're going to do a comparison of her story versus my story, and then we're going to see the reaction. So, basically, how it was is I moved into a neighborhood. I'm not going to say where, obviously, but I moved into a neighborhood when I think I was about 13 or 14 years old, if I remember correctly. I was going into my freshman year of high school. I was born and raised by my grandmother. You guys will hear her story, or not by my grandmother. I was born and raised, and where my grandmother was from. And then a couple years later on in my life, she actually ended up taking us in. It's a long story, but took us in, and I lived with my grandmother for most of my life, until I graduated high school, obviously. So moved into a neighborhood. My grandmother had moved us into a neighborhood right before I started my freshman year of high school. And of course it was me and my younger brother, Jeffrey. You'll hear about him eventually too, or more about him. And yeah, so I'm the older sister. I'm the youngest of all of us, but I'm obviously his older sister. And he was always kind of a troublemaker and, getting into trouble and stuff like that. And I was definitely completely opposite. Was a good student in school and always, was a good kid. Didn't really get into too much trouble anyway. So he definitely had a pretty bad habit of getting himself into things, that's for sure. So definitely wasn't something that was surprising. But he basically was out playing with his friends, one evening, and he came home, of course, to me, and I was at home, and he came home and to his older sister and told me that this girl had kicked him in the face, that they were playing football, and she was tackling him down, and basically told me that she kicked him in the face. And he was crying. Of course, he had a busted lip, and he had some other stuff going on. Sorry about that, y'all. I gotta close the door. He had a busted lip going on, and so of course I'm like his older sister, and I gotta go obviously figure out who this girl was that kicked my brother in the face. So I told him, okay, let's go to her house and let's go talk to her, and let's figure out, why would she do this to you, and obviously make her apologize to you. That's not right for somebody to kick somebody in the face like that. So he takes me to her house. It's probably about 2 or 3, I'm pretty sure it was about 2 or 3 blocks in the same neighborhood, but just down the road. So he takes me to her house, and of course, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely thought that might have been a fight that was gonna happen, and I was definitely, in my mind anyway, prepared to have to defend my little brother. So I'm nothing. I mean, look at me, I'm tiny, there's nothing to me, so whatever, what was I gonna do? So knock on her door, and her mother answers. My mama, you guys will hear about her later too, but mama answers the door, and I said, hello, my name is so-and-so, and this is my little brother, and my brother's telling me that your daughter kicked my brother in the face. And immediately she's, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I apologize, that's, my daughter knows better than to do something like that. Let me get a hold of her, and let me have her come to the house, and we can obviously figure out why she kicked your brother in the face. So she gets on the phone, and she tells her, B, get your butt to the house, get over here right now, you're in a lot of trouble. So she comes running up to the house, and I see her, and she's not a small girl, you guys. She's not a small girl. I love my B, but she's not small. She's definitely pushing 6 foot, and I'm 5'1", I'm pretty sure. I'm looking at my brother, like, wow, you really got me into this. You really got me into this. I'm about to have to fight this girl. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna lose. Like, there's no possible way that I'm gonna win this fight. So so I see her, and I ask her straight up, why did you kick my brother in the face? And of course she's, I'm so sorry, I didn't do it on purpose. We were playing around, we were playing, football, we were playing tag, whatever it was, playing football, I'm pretty sure. And, I didn't mean to kick him in the face. We were just playing, and, I'm sorry, like, I didn't mean to do that. And I'm very upset with my brother. You guys, I'm like, really? Why would you make me come all the way over here? And this, this girl who's 4 times my size, and this is not gonna work, and you got me down here, making myself look crazy. I'm looking like a fool down here. And so obviously, she apologized. Obviously, my brother, he got in trouble at home, and he apologized, and I'm embarrassed. What am I gonna do? What am I supposed to say to this girl that's 4 times my size? And I'm big sister. I'm supposed to defend my brother. And I think it was either a couple weeks later, a couple days. I couldn't remember, to be honest, but we're at the bus stop, first day of high school, freshman year of high school, and I go to the bus, and I see this girl that I just had a whole a whole scene with my brother that supposedly kicked him in the face. And that's how we hit it off. I'm at the bus stop, and we got on the bus, and it's been history ever since. So that's the story of how me and B met. And so stay tuned. And I did not know that you were playing tag. I definitely thought it was football that you were playing with him. So I definitely got that story wrong.
We played. It wasn't the first time I ever met him. That's how I knew who I lived. Like, we've played football together before.
Oh, so y'all met before? You met before?
Yeah, we met before.
Okay.
I didn't really. What did you guys move in halfway through the summer? Or?
Oh, it was like towards, like, I think it was like July, June, July, something like that. Yeah.
So football was the thing that we all like.
Yeah, that's what we did in our neighborhood.
So, I have definitely like hung out before, like, played football before, but at that time, we were all outside, and we were playing tag. Actually, we were playing manhunt. because it was late.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, so
anything else about the?
No, yeah, no, I definitely thought it was football, and yeah, when you said she definitely did kind of have like a little bit of an attitude whenever she walked up.
Oh yeah, I definitely didn't go like, oh
she
my God, I'm so sorry.
I mean, she definitely,
I apologize.
yeah, she did apologize, but it
My mom
definitely
might have made me,
wasn't overly exact. Oh no, yeah, her mom definitely. Actually, I'm pretty sure her mom was the one that said you need to apologize.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure at first that she did not just up and apologize. No. She definitely had like a little bit of attitude about it for sure, but I could understand like why she would have had an attitude like that. Like you got somebody that's like, who are you? You know, why are you kicking? And she did not do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't on purpose. So the way that she looked at it is like, who is this? You know, who is this girl coming up to my house? And I'm like, who is this girl that just kicked my brother in the face? You know, so it's like it was a whole thing, but we obviously didn't understand each other's story. So,
and obviously my mom was gonna be very keen to believe it because I was not the best of kids growing up either.
And still to this day is the sweetest woman. So that's just how she is.
But my mom had to deal with stuff like that. Like, well, actually, I really didn't get in trouble outside of school. It was always in school, but I always did stuff like I'm not saying like bust people's lip open, but doing stuff like that she would have to get phone calls about. So of course, like she's immediately gonna be keen to believe it and want me to apologize right then. I mean, it definitely. I mean, that's a whole nother story with my mom, but. You know, as far as Christina's story go, really the only thing that was funny is just like the way she probably imagines how I apologized, and I'm pretty sure I was like, I'm sorry, like.
Yeah, and she was definitely not her as like you've always been a nice person, but like she definitely did not. She was way more cockier back then than she is now, so it was definitely more like. Attitude, you know what I'm saying? Also,
you know, I feel like immediately, people like if like we were just like together in public immediately, like we look like we're from two different. I guess I would say social groups, especially in high school.
No, that's true. 100%.
She would look like she's a cheerleader, and obviously I'm a jock, or I'm like.
No, that's 100% correct.
So, and even though that's two sports categories I just gave you, it's more like, you know, she'd be more of the girls that you think would be like the preppy and stuff like that. Especially when I saw her with boots preferred, but that was a different day.
Yeah. It's just an opinion.
But so obviously immediately I'm like, you're not about to talk to me like any type of way.
From a first impression, you don't think of that person as someone that's in your clique, you know, like it wasn't until we actually spoke to one another we're like, oh,
especially when you hear that thing first, and then obviously my only impression of you is coming up to me, and then also who your brother is.
Correct.
So I'm just like,
yeah, and our brother is definitely, I'm nowhere like him. You know, no offense,
we love
Jeffrey,
you,
when you see this, but I'm obviously nothing like him. So that was another impression of hers too. You know, he was kind of, you know, immature at that point in time, and obviously young, and you know, so she's like, I didn't even know her. She acts like him. I don't want nothing to do with her type situation. So no, definitely, it definitely took a while for us to be like, okay, this person is not what she looks like. Which, don't judge a book by its cover. Just saying, we could tell you that all day long. But yeah, that's our story. That's how we met. It's a really funny story. Obviously, Jeffrey definitely made that one happen for sure.
Thanks, Jeffrey.
And don't be kicking people in the face or, you know, fighting people. So cheers to that.
And you know, obviously, last but not least, go ahead, subscribe to our channel. We'll be releasing videos every Wednesday. Go ahead, drop a comment, hit the like button, put on those bell notifications.
Let us know what you want to see next.
And
thanks y'all for chilling with B and C. See y'all next video.